Hey y'all, welcome to Night Combos. It's Lovey here. Hubby should be getting off work soon or getting home soon from work. But anyway, we had this video made and we had to come back and do some edits. But y'all, I know most of y'all, if not all of y'all, have heard about Ken and Gypsy being on the app OMI TV and the hand signals that Ken was making. We're going to go over some clips and also look at some facts and all of that. And we want to know y'all's thoughts and opinions on all of this, especially why they would be doing this and trying to have a family blogging channel at the same time. What are they doing? This cannot be ignored, y'all. This is very dangerous activity that they are participating in. A lot of people might think that a simple hand gesture is harmless, but on platforms like OMI TV, even subtle signs can carry hidden messages. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about possibly why Ken and Gypsy may be doing this, along with several other things like looking at the facts and what the signals may mean and all of that. So we truly hope that y'all enjoy this video and everything that we're about to show y'all. But real quick, we need to say thank you so much to all of our subscribers that's been with us from the very beginning all the way to now. And thank you so much to all of our new subscribers. Welcome. We truly appreciate y'all being a part of our family and channel and joining our family and channel. It means so much to us. And if you're not already, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos. All of the things, and we would greatly appreciate it so much. We are getting the last piece of information that we need. We should be getting the last part of the information that we need for part 2 of the parole video tomorrow. We've been working on it with a really good friend, so hopefully we'll be getting the last bit of information for that tomorrow and posting that video either tomorrow or the next day. We promise y'all we're working on getting it out ASAP for y'all. Okay, y'all, we seen where some people were going to Chat GPT to get some information and facts about OMI TV and these certain signals that Ken was doing in the video, which we'll go back and look at the video in just a second. But we did our own investigation into what ChatGPT has to say. Now, this is nothing against the TikTok creator or anything like that, because they're a good creator, they have good information, they post great videos and all of that. But just look at what ChatGPT had to say at first. When we first started talking to ChatGPT, it said on TikTok, a video, which we're going to show y'all the video in just a second, or I'm going to show y'all the video in just a second. I say we because I'm used to hubby being here. But anyway, I'll show y'all the video in just a second. But ChatGPT said on TikTok, a video titled, quote, y'all, even ChatGPT knows the OMI TV hand signals aren't innocent, end quote. So that's the title of their video. ChatGPT says that this video implies that this gesture is part of a set of nonverbal cues used in online interactions, potentially for inappropriate purposes. However, it's important to note that there is no universally recognized meaning for this specific gesture. Its interpretation can vary widely depending on context and the individuals involved. Now, it's meaning like, for example, sign language. Sign language is kind of universally known, right? Those certain hand gestures are known for different things. Okay, well, these type of hand gestures that are used on sites like this, like what Ken was doing with the 2 fingers on his collarbone, those type of things are known as underground gestures. And we're going to look into that a little deeper in just a second, and I'm going to show y'all what it has to say about all of that and what it means. So again, nothing against this creator at all, because they're actually right. ChatGPT is right. It's not universally known, but at the same time, this creator is right as far as it being underground interpretations or hand signals that people that use them often would know what they mean. Okay, I'm going to show y'all that video clip. I have to show it to y'all silently because there's just music playing in the background. The song, When the Truth Comes Out. That's what's playing in the background of it. And real quick, before I show y'all that clip, I had to show y'all this comment that came from our post that we posted, and that we posted about the videos we were going to do. And this person makes a good point. They were saying, yes, but really, they were replying to someone and saying, yes, but really, why are the people who claim to support Gypsy not telling her the truth? How hideous, evil, and vile that the world thinks she is. Only Dee Dee ever truly loved Gypsy. And she murdered her. She will never be loved again in this life. Now, I'm not going as far as saying Gypsy will never be loved or anything like that, because I think Ken loves Gypsy in a way, but I don't believe he's like in love with her. I think he loves her like, I don't know how to explain it, y'all. Some of y'all know I deal with migraines, and I'm dealing with one right now, so I can't think well, so I apologize. I'll go ahead and apologize now. But, like, Ken loves her, but it's not like a deep, passionate, in love type of love. It's just like yeah, I love you while I can get what I want from you or what I need from you type of thing. Y'all get what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all get what I'm saying. But as far as what this person is saying, we completely agree. Dee Dee, as far as like, Dee Dee was the person that loved Gypsy the most, right? Like, a mother's love is different from any other love, right? A mother's love for their child is stronger than any type of love that you will ever feel as a person or as a woman. And most moms will tell you that. They love their children in a completely different way than they love their own spouse. You know, not saying more or less or anything like that, but it's a completely different type of love, right? A mom loves the good, the bad, the ugly, the everything in you. No matter what, they're gonna love you. And Gypsy had that in Dee Dee. And she decided to take that away. She decided to unalive Dee Dee and take that type of love out of her life. And we truly think that she's looking for it in Ken and in buying things, in having a child, in doing all these things. She's looking for that type of love. And Gypsy, you're never going to find it again. You took it away when you unalived your mom. Like, look at this clip right here, for example, of Gypsy actually admitting it, which will come up in another video that we do later that y'all will see. But just go ahead and take a look at this clip real quick.
And on my mother, she drove us everywhere, she cooked, she cleaned, she did everything. So basically, all I had to do for 24 years of my life was just exist.
So in other words, what she's saying is she was never abused. She was spoiled rotten by her mother.
Yep.
That's all we needed to know, Jip.
We're just independent on my mother. She drove us everywhere.
So Gypsy saying that she was dependent on her mother. Her mom drove her everywhere. She said, my mom drove us everywhere. She cooked for me. She clothed me. She fed me. She loved me. She did everything for me. So all I had to do for 24 years was just exist. I didn't have to learn how to cook. I didn't have to learn all these things, which not to mention, you were also sick, Gypsy, a lot of the time. So it's not like she could teach you a lot of these things, like how to drive, how to cook in the kitchen, or do certain things like that. I mean, she tried when she could, but again, we're talking about you, Gypsy. Okay, this is the video clip that ChatGPT was talking about. And the person saying ChatGPT had a lot to say about Ken's hand gestures, which we're going to go over in just a second. But this is the video here, and it's talking about what OMI TV is and what certain hand signals mean and all of that, which again, like I said, we did our own investigation into it, and we're going to look at that as well. But I just wanted to show y'all this video that ChatGPT actually mentioned. And it's literally saying things like threesomes, swingers, those type of things, and the gestures meaning those type of things. And it's even saying up here at the top, on OMI TV, the gesture of 2 fingers placed on the collarbone is widely understood as a nonverbal cue used in flirty, suggestive, or grooming adjacent interactions. It's not an official feature of the platform, but has evolved as part of the app's underground culture, which y'all heard me talk about just a second ago. Underground gestures, which is what we're going to talk about, and I'm going to show y'all a lot more stuff here in just a second, and some more clips. And then it says particularly among predators, teens, and manipulative adults. Manipulative adults, y'all. Where have we heard that before? With Gypsy. And even Ken, I would say at this point. They are both very manipulative. With that being said, it's very important to look at this. This was sent to us from a good friend and a subscriber that's been with us literally from the beginning since we started our YouTube channel. So thank you so much to this person. You know who you are. Thank you for sending this. These are like the rules and stuff that they have, that OMI TV has for their app. And it says, minors are strictly prohibited from using our service, even with parental or guardian consent or supervision. Okay, we all know, or most of us would know, that even if kids aren't allowed on a site, they're still going to get on it. And then the second thing it says, which we have highlighted right here, which is very important, because Gypsy Rose Blanchard, Knurker, Kenan, y'all want to be family bloggers. Y'all want to be influencers. Family blogger influencers, meaning y'all want to influence people, right? Okay, and we posted on our last video, we linked in the description box, 2 different videos that we did on Gypsy's influencing, okay? Y'all really should go and watch those if y'all haven't already. Y'all can literally click on our last video and just go straight to the description box and click on the first link there and watch that video and see just how much she's influenced people and the examples we gave. And it literally was about teens and 19 and 20-year-olds that had done the same thing, the same type of crime that Gypsy did, last year. They literally done it last year. We gave 2 different examples. Y'all really should watch that first video we have linked and the second one. And we gave great examples and showed y'all video clips of teens that had done the same crime that Gypsy did. They went to jail and think they're going to get all this stuff that Gypsy got, all this money and everything. One girl even got her boyfriend to do it just like Gypsy did. But the second rule on their app says, if you encounter a minor in the anonymous video chat, please send a complaint to our moderators for immediate action. Okay, Gypsy and Ken, this is to y'all. Y'all want to be influencers. Gypsy, that has come out of your mouth so many times it's ridiculous that you think of yourself as a social media influencer. What are you influencing people to do here? What is your goal? What is your purpose? Because you've literally done nothing to influence anyone in any type of good way at all. And when y'all got on this site, number one, y'all shouldn't have done, because it's known, regardless of the rules, it is known to be an app for teens and young adults. Okay? Y'all should have never gotten on the app being family bloggers. Quote, family bloggers. Okay? I don't really consider y'all family bloggers, but whatever. That's what y'all want to call yourselves, and you want to be influencers. So, being an influencer, you have a certain responsibility to literally do these things right here, which is one, when y'all got on, not get on the site, but when y'all did and y'all came across teens and you know how you wanted to do your little wave, flirting and tucking your hair behind your ear, and had Ken doing his little sign on his collarbone, on his shoulder, pressing in with those 2 fingers. When y'all came across those teens, instead of sitting there flirting and smiling, you should have immediately swiped away. We looked into this app, and it literally said that you can be in the middle of a conversation with someone and you can just swipe them away, right? So they should have, number one, swiped them away, but 2, they should have reported it. Now, with that being said, we also found that someone reviewed the app. And this was we only found one person saying this. We didn't look at all of the reviews, but one person said in the reviews, and this was back in 2018, so it might have changed by now. One person was saying that they found a problem with the app not actually having moderators or anyone looking over the app to moderate it, to make sure that minors are staying off of it. So they're not actually patrolling, so to speak, the app like they should be, okay? And they don't verify your age. We showed y'all that in our previous video. They don't make you verify your age, none of that. Now, this was originally posted by Justice Junction on TikTok, but look at Ken. Look how hard he is pressing while holding his vape, might I add. But look how hard he is pressing into his shoulder 2 fingers and sitting up. At first, he was not leaning up. Now he's leaning up and pressing into his shoulder to the point that his shirt is scrunching up. And I know one of you said something about her shirt having taco on it, and that when you were growing up, people referred to a girl's parts as a taco and a boy's parts as a burrito, which we thought was kind of funny. But her shirt, I mean, it is odd that she's wearing that shirt in this particular video for them to get on this site and everything. But she did make a video showing that she has a shirt that says taco. Baby Aurora has a shirt that says taquito. And then apparently Ken has one that says burrito. Anyway, it's odd that she would wear that shirt when you think about it like that in this video. And then seeing Ken press that hard into his shoulder while holding the phone and leaning up. And look at his face, like he's getting more serious. Like, hey, are you noticing the symbol that I'm doing? Look at the symbol that I'm doing. Which is very important to notice that Ken is getting more serious about this certain gesture that he's making. Because we're going to look into that in just a second. First, as a reminder, y'all look at this clip again real quick of them being on OMI TV. And there's just music playing in the background, so I left it like that. But watch Ken's face. Look at him. Like, it's almost like he's getting a little irritated, like he's opening his mouth. He kind of took a deep breath in, and then like he sighed. And the first teen boy was looking at him. And you notice he had his fingers up on his collarbone. He puts them back up. He has his fingers up on his collarbone when this first teen right here, when they come across this first teen right here. You see Ken is about to put his fingers up. And then you see he pushes in. Did y'all see that? Then he straightens out his fingers and pushes into his shoulder. While this teen down here at the bottom is watching. And Gypsy's looking up to look at this teen boy. Alright. Also, this account on OMI TV has Dallas, Texas. It's under Ken's name, Knurker. What are you doing? It's under his name, and then it also says Dallas, Texas, which is where Ken lived before he knocked Gypsy up like a ding-dong and moved to Louisiana because she caught him saying that she was pregnant and that he needed to move down there to be with her. So, Knurker, have you had this account for that long? And if you have, why? Because, again, it's known for teens and young adults. And by young adults, I mean, 18, 19, 20 to 23. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe a little older as well. But it's known for those ages. Okay, so you just seen Ken push his fingers out. He put his fingers up when this boy down here at the bottom came on the screen. He put his fingers up and straightened them out and pushed into his shoulder. Now watch, when this boy turns the phone to show his brother who is laying on the couch, watch Ken take his fingers away quickly. So you see he's pushing in, and Ken is looking at this boy like, with a serious look on his face. Then the boy's girlfriend kind of comes up on the screen a little bit down here. She's got blonde hair down here. And Gypsy even made this little mouth gesture like, like, are they getting it or not? Look at Ken's serious face. And then Gypsy waves, smiles, tucks her hair behind her ear. When he moves the phone to show his brother down here that's laying on the couch, y'all notice Ken took his fingers down. Why is that, Ken? Y'all want to be family bloggers. Y'all, I'm sorry if I'm getting loud or going on a rant. I apologize. Do y'all want to be family bloggers? Call yourself family bloggers and influence people? You have a responsibility to not do these types of things. And down here at the bottom of the screen, they see that this boy and girl are trying to show his older brother that, oh my gosh, this is Gypsy and Ken. They had his girlfriend and his brother had no clue who he was talking about. So Gypsy Rose Blanchard, you are not that famous, okay? Matter of fact, you're not famous at all. You're infamous. But you're not even as well known as you think you are, okay, girly pop? So get over yourself. I just wanted y'all to see how Ken, it's like he's thinking about it. At the very beginning, it's like he's thinking about putting his fingers up, and he's kind of thinking about it, and then he straightens them out, pushes them into his shoulder. Watch. Watch Ken's fingers. And then straightens them and pushes them into his into his shoulder. I'm sorry, y'all. Into his shoulder. And y'all could see Ken kind of mouth something to Gypsy. That's also important to know for what we're about to look at. So the boy goes to move the phone after Gypsy gives him a little wave, a little flirtatious wave, and Ken takes the fingers down. Y'all check this out. OMI TV is a free online video chat platform that connects users with random strangers worldwide for real-time conversations. It offers features like gender and location filters, instant translation, and user-friendly interface, making it popular among those seeking spontaneous interactions or language practice. Look at these key features of OMI TV. Random video chat. And then the second thing that we have highlighted here in the teal color, filters and preferences. It allows users, so it allows Gypsy and Ken to set preferences based on gender, location, and interests to find more suitable chat partners. And then it goes on to explain instant translation and guest mode. Look what ChatGPT said here. Another gesture we've seen is a couple putting an arm around one another. So, for example, Ken putting his arm around Gypsy. Now, he didn't do that, but just pretend like Ken put his arm around Gypsy. That would mean something as well, which I'm about to show y'all. Not just affectionately, but while staring directly at the viewer. This may seem harmless, but in some disturbing cases, it's used to say, we're together and we want you next. Look at this last line. It's a power move, one that manipulative adults use to look normal while silently grooming. Okay, I want y'all to see this clip right here that Exposing It from TikTok did. And she's explaining 3 different signals that we're gonna talk about, some more. We've talked about the 2 fingers and stuff, but we're gonna get into it even more just a little bit. But she's gonna explain this. Now, they have music playing in the background, so again, I apologize, but I have to play it on mute so that YouTube doesn't, strike it or whatever. But look at the words right here, like this pink word where it says aware. Like, just watch right there. Every word that Exposing It and the person on this live that she was doing a live TikTok with says. So it's Exposing It and this other person talking to each other. So I'll try to also read it to y'all as well. So Exposing It is going to show the different gestures. But they're saying, so Exposing It was saying, like, a lot of those people know that these gestures on the app mean something more than just putting your fingers on your shoulder for no freaking reason or on your collarbone for no freaking reason. Okay? That's what she's saying. Like she's saying, we all know that these signals are known to be used on this app. They're widely known to be used on this app. The person that was watching was typing this. I don't know. But they were saying they thought this was the help sign, but it's not. Putting 2 fingers up is not the help sign. Matter of fact, just in case, for anybody who needs to know, if you're doing a video and you need help or anything like that, you put your hand up with your palm facing outward, fold your thumb in, and then fold your other 4 fingers over your thumb. That's the help signal. So the person down here talking to Exposing It is saying, like, Ken is doing these signals trying to say, like, hey, do you notice this signal that I'm doing? And do you know what it means? Okay, so here's explaining the two fingers on the collarbone pressing on the shoulder means they are a couple looking for one. Like a threesome, okay? They're looking for a threesome. It's a couple looking for one more person to join them intimately. If you cross your arms over and have one finger up, like what exposing is doing right now, right here, it means that they are a couple looking for multiple, meaning you're a couple looking for at least two other people to join you intimately, possibly more, but at least two other people to join you intimately, so a foursome. And then there's one other signal that she talks about, which is, and she uses her stuffed possum, but like, the one I was talking about, like if Ken was to reach up and put his arm around Gypsy, that would mean that they're looking not for a relationship or a poly relationship, but a multiple hookup. So that's what they're explaining here. That the person down here in the box on the live, that's what they're explaining. Because we all know Gypsy's too jealous for them to have like another person in their relationship full time, right? And if you're two consenting adults, you know, hey, fine, do what you want to do, but freaking take it off the internet, Gypsy and Kenan, get it off of social media. We don't need your family vlogging advice or your influencing of people or any of that. We don't need it. The world does not need it. Society does not need it. It is harmful and dangerous what y'all are doing. Get it off. Not to mention, y'all want to say, oh, well, we blur baby Aurora's face in our videos so to protect her privacy because she's not old enough to consent. Literally, like the first thing on the #1 page of the family vlogging handbook of what to say when you start a family vlogging channel, which is, oh, well, our child can't give consent, so we're going to blur their face or not show their face as much, which is what Gypsy has said. That doesn't matter. You're still exploiting her, #1. Like showing, you know, the poop video. Y'all remember that? The poop video where Gypsy had it all over her arm and then put peanut butter in the car seat to make it look like Aurora had a blowout. When Aurora starts school one day, if she's even able to and doesn't have to do homeschooling to not get bullied, she's gonna get bullied, okay? If she gets to go to a normal school again and not have to be homeschooled, she's going to get bullied. And that's a sad thing. People are going to be able to pull these videos up. Freaking kids in kindergarten know how to pull this stuff up, okay? I'm not kidding y'all. They know how to navigate YouTube, and I'm talking about adult YouTube. They know how to navigate it. And they're literally doing these videos thinking, oh, we're protecting her. No. When she starts school, people are going to make fun of her for those type of videos that Gypsy does because she's spiraling out of control, because she won't go get therapy and go get help. And that's sad. That's really screwed up and messed up, Gypsy and Ken. Get off of social media, or at the very least, take your child off of social media. Completely, 100%, not just her face, but take her off of social media completely. You can still do couples content. You don't have to have her on there. But like someone said, someone said in our comment section, what's important is how many times people share her videos or save her videos that have baby content in it. Even just one of Aurora's feet in it. That's very important. And we are going to do a separate video on that, looking at Gypsy's analytics, her shares, her saves, all of that, of different videos that she's done, especially the ones with the baby in it, because those are the ones that PDF files go after. Because Gypsy and Ken, y'all even say it in the description of your YouTube channel, your little family blog, that y'all are Gypsy Rose Blanchard and Ken Urker, and y'all are showing y'all's family life and your child Aurora, all while living under the spotlight. This child is already well known for having a mother that unalived her grandmother. Okay? She's already well known for that. And y'all won't even give her a chance at having a normal life by keeping her off of social media completely. Now y'all look at these facts about OMI TV. You know, that Gypsy Rose Blanchard and Knurker want to be known for getting on and want to be known for family blogging and influencing people. It says lack of effective moderation. Reports indicate minimal age verification, parental controls, or effective moderation leading to exposure to inappropriate content. Potential for predatory behavior. The platform has been associated with instances of grooming and manipulation, with predators luring users into private messaging apps. Hello? Luring them into private messaging apps. Inadequate safety measures. And y'all listen to this. Features like safe mode have been removed from the app, and banned users can easily return to the app using VPNs or multiple accounts. Great influencing y'all are doing, GRB and Knurker. Y'all, great job. Y'all are such wonderful family bloggers and influencers. Not. Something is fixing to sound pretty familiar to most of you. But listen to this. The gesture of placing two fingers on the collarbone on platforms like OMI TV is not officially documented to have a single universally accepted meaning. But within underground or exploitative online circles, it is speculated to carry coded, suggestive, or manipulative connotations, meaning that Ken could be using that signal to manipulate someone into doing something. So why the collarbone? The collarbone area is often sexualized in visual media, especially in anime. Does that sound familiar to anyone? You know, like Gypsy liking anime and going to Comic-Cons. And again, if you're two grown adults and all of that, do you, boo. Do what makes you happy. But don't have a family blogging channel with your child on it, face blurred or not, to where she's going to have to live even more of this mess down. She's not only going to have to live down the fact that you unalived her grandmother, but she's going to now have to live down all these embarrassing videos that you've put up, like the poop video, and then also all this other content that y'all are posting on your, quote, family blogging channel, which is absolutely ridiculous. But it says that the collarbone is often, sexualized in visual media, especially in anime and TikTok aesthetics. And touching it can subtly draw attention to that vulnerability. What are y'all's thoughts on that? And Ken doing that? It's sick and disgusting. Gypsy Rose Blanchard and Ken Urker. Y'all are disgusting for that. The usage of it could be a silent way for someone especially younger users, which again, Gypsy and Knurker, y'all shouldn't have anything to do with, to communicate openness to flirtation or sexual attention, possibly as part of a disturbing online trend. Also, it could be used for baiting or, quote, testing signal by PDF files. Or, y'all see the word right there. I don't know if it's safe to say that word or not on YouTube, but anyway, baiting or, quote, testing signal by people that are wanting to go after teens and young adults, which Gypsy and Ken have no business doing. I'm going to kind of scroll up through that so y'all can see it. The danger in this is often how groomers initiate contact without using bannable words. And then trend-based. It could be an innocent gesture, but we know that that's not what it was. Ken was being too serious in that video for it to be just innocent. He was being serious in the face and pushing harder into his shoulder. A silent age or role marker, meaning I'm underage, I'm looking for older, or even I'll follow directions. So PDF files like these type of sites and these type of gestures because there is no public documented guide to these gestures from legitimate sources, for example, law enforcement, because they are often improvised, underground, or trend-driven. The ambiguity is intentional. The more obscure the gesture is, the harder it is to moderate or report. This type of coded behavior is often part of a grooming tactic, creating trust and subtle escalation without triggering platform filters. Now get this. This says we're looking for a third / you're the one. The one finger pointed up may suggest you're the one. We want to include one more or you're our choice. And it could also mean, we're wanting not a relationship, but a couple looking for multiples. The crossed arms can imply control, unity, or even dominance, presenting the couple as a, quote, team that makes an offer. So Gypsy and Ken would be the, quote, team that's making an offer. This is especially concerning when the gesture is combined with prolonged eye contact, which we've seen in the video, smiling, which Gypsy was doing, or suggestive expressions like her waving, smiling, and tucking her hair behind her ear. All indicators of targeted grooming. Okay, y'all look at this one other thing that is hugely important. Plausible deniability. If confronted, PDF files or predators can easily deny intent. They can say, quote, it was just a joke, or I didn't mean it like that, or you're reading too much into it. This makes it harder to prove intent, especially in short clips or when no explicit language is used and only gestures are used. Okay, y'all watch their gestures again one last time while I say this. Watch Ken and Gypsy and how Ken's kind of trying to be serious. He mouths something to Gypsy real quick. Gypsy waves, smiles, grins, being flirtatious, laughing, tucking her hair behind her ear, and then like laughing, leaning forward and, throwing her hand forward like, oh, stop it, type of thing. I mean, that's not what she was saying. She wasn't saying like, stop it. She was just smiling, throwing her hand forward as she was grinning and smiling. Right here, after the hair tuck, watch. It's about that right here. She leans forward, laughs, and then kind of throws her hand forward. Being flirtatious at the same time, Ken is being very serious and pushing his fingers into his shoulder. And I know one person commented and said, maybe it could possibly be that his shoulder was hurting after work or something like that. No, it wasn't. He's holding the phone with that hand, or with that same arm. He's holding the phone out in front of him and Gypsy while doing that motion on his shoulder. But the question is why? Why are they doing this? And especially with teen boys. Again, if you're going to do this and you're going to do this with another consenting adult, fine. Again, you're grown. Do you, boo? Be happy. Whatever. But don't do it and have a family vlogging channel with your child on it, whether you blur her face or not. Because, again, we've all seen her face and all of her features, her feet, her legs, her stomach, her hands, her arms, her head, her hair, everything. And PDF files can take every bit of that and put it together, and they can do all kinds of things with it. Not to mention, even like the Mother's Day picture of the onesie where you could only see, you could barely see baby Aurora's little foot in the picture, one of her little feet in the picture. PDF files will use that and do unimaginable things, okay? I'm telling you, they will. This is coming again from someone who dealt with childhood SA, okay? I'm serious, y'all. This is a very serious thing that they are doing. But why? Why are they doing it? Because we all know that Gypsy is very, very jealous. She does not want Ken to be with anybody else. Heck, she made a whole little video of brushing her hair with the curling brush, the rolling brush. I can't think, y'all. Again, I'm dealing with a migraine. I'm sorry. But the circle brush. What do you call that thing? The round brush. Y'all get it. But after she had her hair cut, she had to make a whole little video because she had just found Ken's ex-girlfriend's hairbrush. So she said she went out and bought a new one, and she made a whole little TikTok video that she left up for a few days before deleting it, which she's deleted almost every video on her TikTok at this point, except for like 6 or 7 videos. Anyway, made a whole video curling her hair, brushing it one time and then throwing the hairbrush in the bathroom drawer and closing it with her hip saying, like that. With the song playing in the background, this isn't jealousy. Yes, ma'am, it is. And we all know you're jealous. But we also all know that her and Ken have not been intimate for like a year. They were finally intimate for the first time just several weeks ago. Like right after we're talking about after she gave birth. And we all know you can't be intimate right after you give birth. You have to wait, or you should wait at least 6 weeks. A lot of people don't. They'll wait 4 or 5, whatever they can handle. But still, you should wait, okay? This coming from a medical professional, you should wait. It's safer, all of that. Whether you have stitches or not, you need to wait because your uterus is contracting back down to normal size, all of that stuff. I'm not going to get into a whole medical lesson here, but I'm just saying there's things going on in your body. You should wait. But some people don't, and that's fine, whatever. But we all know she's jealous, and they were intimate one time for the first time in over a year. And we all know that she let everyone know all over social media, all over the world, and ran to People magazine to let people know that the spark is gone out of her relationship right at the same time Ken was buying her a ring, thinking everything was good. And also ran to People magazine and social media and told the whole world that they had not been intimate in a while. Then she got on social media and her TV show to let everyone know, oh, Ken and I were finally intimate for the first time in a while. So we all know her sexual business, okay? The stuff we shouldn't know about her. Not to mention stuff that, again, a baby Aurora's gonna have to live down, which is not her place to have to do. This is screwed up what they're doing by having this family blogging channel. And you can go to her channel and report it without clicking on any videos or giving them any views or blood money or your social media currency in any way. You can go to her channel or their channel, the 3 dots in the right hand corner, you can click on them, click report, and report the channel. And it'll give you several different reasons why. But I want to know why they're doing this. What are y'all's thoughts on it? Like, hubby and I were talking about it, and we were thinking, okay, maybe Ken was able to talk Gypsy into doing this. We basically think Ken talked Gypsy into doing this, possibly, maybe, because he likes doing these things. We all know that Gypsy has admitted to being intimate with both genders, which, again, you're an adult, you're, fine, whatever makes you happy. But she's been with women and men intimately. There's been several men, at least 2 that we know of. I think there was a third one, but 2 that we know of, men that have come forward and said that they were in relationships intimately with Ken. One was in like a full-blown relationship with Ken. Had pictures, everything, okay, that he had. And he was wanting his stuff back from Ken, and he said that he had some stuff of Ken's that he would give back to Ken, and he wanted Ken to give his stuff back. Then there was, another one. I don't know if he wants his name said. I don't want to say it because he watches our channel. Hey, by the way, he watches our channel sometimes, but I don't want to say his name just in case you don't want it said. But he's hooked up with Ken twice, and he even, described the hotel and everything that they hooked up in Texas that Ken worked at. So we all basically know that they have both been with both genders intimately. So maybe they're both into this kind of thing, and they've decided, okay, since we're not being intimate by ourselves, like maybe Gypsy said, since we're not being intimate, together with just each other, would bringing someone into the relationship, not into the relationship, like bringing someone in to be with them once or twice and then move on, would that, allow us to be intimate again? Or maybe Ken talked Gypsy into doing this and said, hey, for me to be intimate with you or to stay in this relationship with you, I need this. It could have been Gypsy's idea, it could have been Ken's idea, or it could have been both of them coming together to be like, okay, we need something else more exciting to be intimate, because we all know Gypsy's into a lot of things. She's very, very hyper sexualized, okay? And we know that she loves like BDSM type things and all of that. So maybe she needed something more to be intimate. Maybe Ken needed something more. Excuse me, y'all. But what are y'all's thoughts on it? What do y'all think the reason behind this is? Also, to interpret this video just one more time, look at Ken doing the signal, and Gypsy was sitting there with her hand under her chin, and she looks up and she's like, are you getting it? See how she's kind of grinning? Ken's being serious, pushing his fingers into his shoulder, and they're both looking at this young teen boy, and I don't know if it's his girlfriend or not, but I think it is. I think this boy said that it was his girlfriend. Yeah. So looking at this teen boy and his girlfriend and looking serious, like, hey, do you see the signal that I'm doing right here? Are you down for this? Type of thing. And you see Gypsy she still got her hand under her head, under her chin. And you see her kind of turn her head like, hello, like, are you noticing what Ken's doing? Like, she's turning her head toward Ken, what Ken's doing here. If y'all can see where my arrow is pointing. She's turning her head towards Ken, like, do you notice what he's doing? Watch her. So she's looking like, hey, do you get the sign? Look here. And then it's like, when this young boy is finally like, oh my gosh, it's Gypsy and Ken, and goes to show his brother, Ken takes the signal down, and then you see Gypsy right there kind of be like, oh, never mind, they're not into it, so never mind, watch. When she throws her hand forward, and she's like, oh, never mind, right there. She threw her hand forward, almost to say, nah, never mind, they're not getting it, they're not understanding it. But you see, Ken puts his fingers back up to try one more time. That's what we're interpreting anyway. What are y'all getting out of it? And Gypsy could be doing it because she doesn't want to lose Ken. And this is the only way she could keep Ken. What are y'all's thoughts and opinions on all of that? And also everything that we showed y'all, all the facts and truth that we showed y'all about this app that they're on. And, how it's unsafe, basically. And it doesn't make you verify your age. It doesn't have a safe mode. Nothing like that. So it makes it hard to report things like this. Also, how predators or PDF files can, say, oh, well, I didn't mean it like that, or I wasn't doing anything, or, the gesture I was doing didn't mean anything. I was just simply touching my shoulder. I wasn't doing anything at all. I wasn't doing anything wrong. Those are facts, y'all. What are y'all's thoughts and opinions on all of it? We really honestly cannot wait to see what y'all have to say about all of this. And there's so much more we could have showed y'all, but we're not trying to have a 3-4 hour video. But we are working on learning how to do lives so that we can start going live, so that we can all talk about this at the same time, and we can have longer conversations about it with y'all. But let us know what y'all think in the comment section down below, and we'll be conversating with y'all like always. Again, we can't wait to see what y'all have to say about all of this. And if you're not already, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos. You're not going to want to miss the videos we have coming up this week, or any of our other videos, in our opinion. So make sure you're subscribed and turn on your notifications. And we'll see y'all in the next one. And we hope y'all have a good night. And God bless. Bye.